Hello guys, welcome to a new video on Tower of God New World, and in this video we're going to review Romay. And yeah, I will follow a similar structure to the previous one. So let's just talk about how good is she, if she is any good, and I will just say that she's basically the same XXE, I would say. So in terms of performance and priority, she's nothing useful in the boss fights. She's okay in adventure and PvP. Well, actually more than okay, I would say. So she's a great unit. The only issue I have with her is that like, the time she's being released. We already have Warion and Xaxia, like most of us will already have both those units fully built. So there is really not much space for an additional unit. It's different, obviously, if you are a new player and you don't have Warion and Xaxia built. I would probably for adventure, lean more towards Romay than Warion. At the beginning, Warion sure is great, but really, like later on, she just dies unless you are willing to invest a lot in her ignition weapon. And I like Romay kit a bit more, at least for adventure. Obviously, if you invest in Warion, you also have a solid boss unit. So yeah, kind of up to you. I still think this unit, I don't know. I would rate her on par with Xiaxia. So yeah, you make your own decision on whether you want to pull a lot for her or not. And in terms of how much investment she needs, I would say is the same as every other support. So a 3 blue, they're already kind of fine. You want the 3 red anyway for the skill scalings. And if you can get her to Rainbow 5 is even better, so the shield can be cast a little bit more quickly. That's it. So yeah, not much else to mention here. Let's just have a look at our skills. And yeah, the skill, let's have a look first at the passive. This one, the first part is kind of interesting. Like instead of attacking enemies, if one of your allies is below 100% HP, she's going to heal that ally, basically. So not bad. And whenever an ally receives heals or barrier from our May, that ally is going to have stun immunity for 4 seconds. And yeah, not too like thrilled about this effect. Stuns are not the majority of the crowd control effects we have here. We have a lot of knockdowns, knockbacks, paralysis, fear, stuff like that. Stance is just a portion of it. So, I mean, it would have been better if it was like complete status effect immunity, but probably that would have been too much. And then we have a counter. If you were supposed to be stunned while you have this immunity, you're going to counter the enemy and silence them for 2 seconds. Again, I don't see it being that important, so it's just an okay skill at best. And I wouldn't level it up first if you're still low on dupes on her. Passive is definitely not the priority. It's probably the last one you want to upgrade because the only thing that scales is the counter damage and you don't care about it. So yeah. Then we have the first active, one shot. This is just going on a random enemy. Don't really like the random part, but it's okay. Some RNG can always help. It's going to knock them down for 2 seconds and deal quite a bit of damage, to be honest. So it's not a bad skill, just not important. Then we have Chain Heal. She's going to cast a heal that can chain on multiple targets. And yeah, is always going to heal the lowest HP ally. Nothing too important there. And she's not going to cast it if all allies are at max HP. Okay, cool. Just an heal. It's not bad, but nothing special either. Then we have the special skill. She's going to give a barrier for all allies equal to 1000% of her attack for 8 seconds, and all allies with the barrier have their effect resistance increased by 60 while it is active. And Romay is also immune to status effects while using the skill. Okay, so it's guaranteed to be Like when she's casting the special skill, it's guaranteed to be cast basically. So you are going to have the shield because she cannot be interrupted. That's what I mean with the last sentence. But again, this is a good skill. It's going to provide a lot of resistance to your team, and the effect resistance increase. How effect hit and effect resistance work is basically the same as accuracy and evasion. I will probably make a video about it, but it's exactly the same. If you have more effect hit than the enemy effect resistance, you are going to land your debuffs and your crowd controls. If your effect hit is lower than the enemy effect resistance, they have a chance to dodge your debuffs and your crowd controls. That's all about it. The same as you would miss an attack with evasion and stuff like that. The good thing is that in adventure, enemies have no effect hit whatsoever. They are always at 0. So it's 0 against 60, which is good. You are going to dodge some debuffs, which could be like attack reductions, defense reductions, magic and physical resistances reductions, swiftness reductions, whatever. All those kind of debuffs can be dodged. And then you also dodge the stuns, paralysis, knockdown, whatever. So it's not a bad addition in adventure and also in PvP because no one is building those stats, I would say, and I wouldn't recommend anyone building them. Really just strange. So yeah, it is a nice addition. Definitely could help at times. Definitely helps with the RNG, but yeah, just nothing much. Alright, then let's just have a look at the exclusive equipment. Level 1 is just going to add a 50% chance to drop an additional one shot. Okay, fine. It's not bad because the damage scaling on that skill is quite high and also has crowd control. And a second one can help at times, so it's cool. Level 2 is going to increase the number of times chain heal can chain. So from 3 to 4, not bad at all. So, okay, cool. Level 3 is probably not that necessary. After the barrier from the special skill is removed, the ally is going to be healed for 200% of her may attack. Not that important in my opinion, but okay, cool. It's a nice addition. Level 4 is useless, or really, like it's going to increase the duration of the stun immunity from the passive from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. I don't really care about it. So I would say, guys, just stop at level 3, so plus 20 exclusive equipment. Don't take it to plus 30 like I did. It's just pretty much useless. And yeah, that was it for the exclusive equipment. If we talk about gear, it is the same as for every support. Your priority is slot 4. If you really want to, you can also go with slot 3. Afterwards, slot 1 is the third one in priority because she also has uh, like a skill with a good scaling that could use the additional accuracy to actually land the hit on the opponents, but not that mandatory to be honest. And then we have the last one, which is slot 2, is the one with the least priority. And yeah, then let's just quickly talk about the ignition weapon as well. And for these, you can run both Runda and Doris. They are pretty much interchangeable. It's up to you. Run the one that you don't have. You can use Romain in the front row with Doris and then have Xiaxia in the back with Runda, something like that. Or you can give Runda to Romain, put her in the back, and have Warion in front with the Doris set or another Runda. I don't know. Like guys, just mix and match them, up to you. There is really not much importance here. And yeah, regarding the stats, you want to slot 4 with magic resistance and slot 5 with physical resistance. I don't have them and I don't particularly care. I don't invest too many resources in my supports anyway. And as you can see, I didn't level anything up here. What you could level up are slot 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, and 3, mainly because You don't have to use resources like the whetstones to upgrade these pieces because you will get a lot more of these like running the usual dungeons, the secret floors. Then you're going to get of slot 4 and slot 5. These two are much rarer, so I would say use the whetstones to upgrade the slot 4 and slot 5 that your carries are going to use, and just use the ignition weapon pieces here, like these ones, to upgrade the ones, maybe even for the supports to +4, +8, just for the additional stats that could always come in handy. But yeah, other than this, nothing much to say about the ignition weapon as well. For the report, is the same as every single support, so take her to rapport 4 for the additional swiftness, definitely good. And if you want, you can also upgrade, uh, like take her to rapport 5 for the additional evasion. And yeah, I wouldn't bother with accuracy. So for sure, swiftness mandatory, so level 4 mandatory, level 5 recommended, I would say, and level 6 just nice to have when you have no better use for these insignia here. At the moment, I think I have better uses for it because I still need to take this guy to level 6 report. Yeah, and then I also want to take Xiaxia a bit higher. I think they're pretty much on the same level. Yeah, they're both stuck at level 4. So yeah, I will think about whether to give some more to her or not. Alright, that being said, I don't think there is much else to say. So to be honest, just consider her as a similar version of Xiaxia without the energy regen, but a better like survivability for your team. That's basically it. Xiaxia can help regen more energy, can give an attack buff to all red element allies, and Romei does a better job at keeping your team alive and dodging some annoying debuffs and crowd controls. That's pretty much it, I would say. There is nothing huge or fancy about this unit. She's just a solid unit that can definitely work well. And if you are at a stage where you have multiple main DPSs, like you have a Viol build, you have an Acraptor build, maybe it makes sense to also get some copies of Romei so that you can split the two teams and have two supports in one and one support in the other. Other than this, guys, I would say that's all. So if you like the video, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!